Hey.
Hey.
You asked for a heist story, right?
Yep, and we're here, I guess.
Yes, we are here.
Yeah.
I'm not guessing about that.
Alright, okay.
But
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to give you tons of backstory about people.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to dive right in.
Alright,
This is what you asked for.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
There's a man named James Burke.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, just disclaimer,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of characters in this story.
So we have to follow through.
Have to follow through.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright, so I'm mentally ready. I hope the audience is mentally ready for this.
All right. Both of you.
Okay,
Or
both of
I
us.
should say
All of us.
all of
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All of you should be ready.
Alright.
So James Burke, he's an associate for the Lucchese crime family. It's like a mob family
Okay.
in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty much like he's the one that comes up with this grand idea about a heist,
Oh.
right? But it's only after he discusses this with a bookmaker. A bookmaker is basically a guy that places bets. It's very popular in the past. And this guy's name is Martin.
Martin.
Yes. So he discusses this with, not with James Burke, but one of James Burke's associates,
Okay.
Henry. See, we're already getting into the details. So
Yeah.
Martin discusses with Henry about a German airline. A German airline named Lufthansa.
Okay.
They fly in currency into the JFK airport.
Which year was this?
This was back in 1978.
Ooh, so a while back.
So late 70s, right? So he tells Henry, hey, this German airline, I know that they typically fly money into this airport, right? And he knows this because, to kind of give this a little bit more backstory, there's a guy who works at the airport who owed the bookmaker money. And the guy who owed him money came up with an idea to steal money from this airline.
Okay.
Right? Him and another fella stole money from this airline.
They did.
Yes, they were successful. They stole $22,000.
But why would this guy want to do something that has already been done? Meaning, cause if it's already been done before, it means that you can get caught because some other measures have been put in place.
I think the bookmaker, Martin, was thinking, this is the mob. Like, if someone knows how to carry out high level crime, it's them.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, but now I'm thinking it's not a smart idea if it was done before at the same place. Like, I'm like,
yeah, but think about it. If no one ever found out about it, except maybe like the German airlines, like, wait, I thought we were sending this amount. What happened?
Yeah,
like,
let's not.
And then the airport's like, well, we don't know what happened. We have no kind of clue what happened to the money. So it's like one of those cases where, all right, we're gonna have to just come to an agreement and say that we don't know what happened to that money.
Yeah, let's see where this goes.
Right?
Yeah.
But $22,000 was stolen by these two that worked there. Right? Which is like $113,000 in the year of 2022.
Yeah.
So James Burke, the fellow over Henry, he's like, all right, let's come up with an idea to also try to steal money from this German airline. So he puts together a team of about six men. It looks about, six. And he's like, all right, we're going to do this, right? And he hires another fella who's not really, you can kind of look at this last guy, Parnell Edwards is his name. You can kind of look at him. He works with this mob family, but he's not as integrated, right? Because you can even tell with the type of job he has. He just had the job, or he has the job of literally basically dropping the vehicle off at a certain location after this is done, right? He's like, this is what your task is going to be.
Maybe get 1,000.
You will get rid of the getaway van, basically. That will be your job. right? And so he set it up to where everyone's going to receive a cut of 10,000 to 50,000. However, this is going to be based on
your performance.
Based on the role you have, yes, a certain task you have, and also we have to take in account like the amount that could possibly be stolen. We're estimating 2 million, right? That could be stolen.
Okay.
So we have to see. The day of the heist, right? Here we are, 3 a.m. on Monday, December 11th. That's close to you. Yeah, 1978. Right? They're driving in a black Ford van, carrying the 6 members, right? And they're ready to do this thing.
Yeah.
The German airline, they go to the terminal where the German airline's going to be, right? And they cut the padlocks off the gate. Let's kind of think of the entire crew, right? The 6, and they're about to basically divide off and do their thing, right? Some of them climbed up the stairs to the East Tower. And they were like, they had like ski mask and gloves on, right? They're ready for this. And then other crew members positioned or I believe like one other crew member positioned like a different vehicle, like a Buick, in another terminal, like another terminal's parking lot, right? With the lights off, everything was off, right? Yeah. So let's start with some of the staff members working during this time. Yeah. So we have one staff member, John. He's a senior cargo agent, and he's the first employee to actually be taken into custody, or you could say hostage. They actually
took people in.
You could say hostage, right? He was escorted into the lunchroom, and there were 5 other German airline employees working, or they were on their meal break in the lunchroom. So they collected them, right? They're like, all right, everyone lie flat on the floor, close your eyes, right? Yeah. So they're really pulling this off, right? So far, right?
Yeah, it's happening.
Yes.
It's going down.
Yes. So he was basically asked, the guy, John, the senior cargo agent, he was asked, all right, who else is here? Yeah. Because we're rounding everybody up. Who else is here? And he's like, okay, there's another guy named Rudy, who's the night shift cargo traffic manager. And then there's also this other gentleman named Kerry Whalen, right? He's a cargo transfer agent. These are the other people that are present here. Yeah. All right? We don't want you to shoot us. Yeah. I'll just give you your information.
Comply.
Yeah, we will comply. I will do what you need to do. Yeah. All right. He's like, all right, you will do that. So go lure him here, basically. Yeah. Act like you're innocent, right? There's nothing wrong. Get him over here, though. Yeah. Right? So he's like, okay, I'll go do that. So he goes over to Rudy. He goes upstairs. He's like, hey, staff members in the lunchroom. Yeah. We wanted to kind of talk to you. We want to show you something. Yeah. Come down here. Yeah. Rudy has no clue what's about to happen. But ultimately, he joins them and he's like, oh, crap. Yeah. So we're being held up. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. All right. Let me get down on the ground. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get down on the ground as well. Yeah. Right. But Kerry, on the other hand, Kerry Whalen, he was actually outside the terminal. Right. And he was driving, and he saw like 2 unmasked men sitting in a black van. It's like, who's that? What are you guys doing? Right? So he's like, hold on, let me pull over and walk over to this mysterious van. I'm not sure who these people are, but maybe they're lost. Maybe there's something I can ask them, or if they're not lost, I need to tell them that, hey, sorry, you're gonna have to park elsewhere. Yeah. Right? One of the men told him, actually, Kerry, you're gonna get in this van. No, I'm not. I don't want to get in the van. So I'm gonna go and run. And that's what Kerry tried to do. He tried to run, and he screamed for help. Right? He's like, this is terrifying. Yeah. They caught him and pistol whipped him on the side of his head. Ooh. And threw him in the van. Of course. They were like, we found another one. And I'm sure John was like, actually, that's Kerry. Yeah. That's the other guy that I told you was here. Yeah. All right. you're now joining us all in this lunchroom.
So he was taken to the lunchroom.
Yes. So it's like, okay, you're here, right? But inside the warehouse, there's another employee named Ralph. He heard a noise, or he hears a noise on the loading ramp. He's like, what is that noise?
Yeah.
That's strange. So he walks over, and guess what? He's captured too. Right? So they just run, as you could tell, this is like going very nice.
Yeah.
This sounds very smooth.
So far, so good.
And that's why the bookkeeper's like,
this is
or the
possible.
bookmaker, I'm sorry, that's why the bookmaker's like,
this is possible.
let me tell these people this, right? Maybe I can get some money from this, right? Sure, these airport employees can steal that money, but they can steal way more than them possibly, right? And that's why the goal was to steal $2 million.
Yeah,
right?
Not 22,000.
Yeah, not 22,000. That's like, all right, that's nothing to us, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we could do better than that, right? So to move forward in the heist, right? Some of the robbers took one of the staff members, Rudy, Rudy, the one who heard the loading ramp noise.
Yeah.
They took him at gunpoint and basically took him to the vault there. Okay. Right? From there, they were able to remove about 72 pounds of untraceable money. It's a lot of money. 72 pounds.
I know.
They don't even know how much they have right now.
Yeah.
They're like, they probably were like, oh, frick.
Let's just
This is like, I think more than what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
Load this van up.
Yeah.
Load this thing up.
Yeah.
Right? So it's 4:21 now. 4:21 a.m. The van pulls to the front of the building. And they're like,
loading it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Right? And I think by this time they loaded it up already. Right? So they pull it up. They're like, all right, let's get out of here. 2 gunmen jump into that van, and others go into the Buick. Remember the Buick that was outside?
Yeah.
Right? Or parked at the other terminal. They're like, all right, we're clearing out of this place now. They're like, they told the employees, don't call the cops until 4:30 a.m. sharp. That's like 9 minutes. Give us 9 minutes. We'll be out of here.
Yeah.
Right? Then you call the cops. Right?
Not an hour, not 2 hours, just 9 minutes.
Yes. Or call the Port Authority police.
Yeah.
Call them, right?
Yeah.
So they drive off to meet James Burke. The kind of like the head of it all, right?
The head. He was not even part of it. He did not
do it. Yeah, he didn't do it. He didn't partake in it. He just took people. He brought the team together.
And he was waiting somewhere.
Exactly.
Money.
Right.
Guys.
Exactly.
That's the professor.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. So he's like, meet me in Brooklyn. And at that point, we'll be able to take, put the money in a different vehicles.
Yeah.
We'll part our ways.
Yeah.
Right? So here comes the next part. What do you think happens next? I'm just curious, what is your take of that first chapter, that heist, how they pulled that off?
I think it was smooth.
You think it was smooth?
I think it was smooth. And those people called the cops in exactly 9 minutes.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, if we're going to the next part, I'm thinking that these people ran away with the money. They didn't meet the guy. They were like, sheesh, we have this money.
You think so?
We are not taking it to him.
But this is the mob.
I know, but I don't know why. I just have a feeling like money makes people go crazy at times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, let's continue then.
Yeah.
Let's see if you're right.
Okay.
All right. Edwards. Are you familiar with Edwards? Do you remember that guy?
Edward was the assistant bookkeeper or what?
No. Edwards was the guy who was hired to drive the van.
Oh yeah, to dispose the van after the fact.
He's instructed to drive the van to New Jersey and drive it to a junkyard. Right? Specifically, go to this junkyard in Jersey, drop it off. However, Edwards, he had other plans. He parks the vehicle, he parks the van in front of a fire hydrant outside of his girlfriend's apartment. He's like, oh, I gotta visit my girlfriend. And then I'll be able to do this. I promise. I'll drop the van off. That's
why he was not involved in the first seen. They were like,
he's like, they wanted to pay me the little amount anyway.
This person.
I will drop this van off on my time.
No,
I
that's
promise, I
why
will.
he was not involved in the first bit of it. It's because, you see, this person is not smart.
He's like, I'll drop it off the next day or whatever. I promise. Eventually, I will drop it off.
This person is not smart.
2 days later, the cops find the van.
Wait. But they took it to the big guy. Of course, they took the money to him, and the money.
Let's put the money to the side right now.
Okay.
The van is parked outside Edward's apartment, or Edward's girlfriend's apartment.
2 days later,
Right?
as in this guy was told, take this right now to this location.
Yep.
Even not the next day, even maybe not a few hours. 2 days. This guy took 2 days. This guy wanted these people to be caught.
Check this out. And Edwards is Parnell. I'll just call him his first name because that's how I initially read him. Parnell. So the police are like, the plates are stolen. Let's impound this van. Right? This is strange. They find Parnell's fingerprints with the van and they're like, wait a second. These are the same fingerprints that were found at the robbery scene at the airport. Hold on. This person is going to lead us somewhere. Right? But meanwhile, this news gets back, because the mob is the mob, right? This news gets back to them.
The car has
So they're like, dude, you effed up.
Yeah.
You didn't take the van where we needed it to go.
Yeah.
Guess what? They killed Parnell.
It's the mob, of course.
Parnell was trying to hide, right? And then they were
stupid.
2 men that took part in the robbery were basically told, find him. They find him, they shoot him 5 times in the head. Thoughts?
That person was not smart at all.
He was just lax. He seemed lax, right? Because
maybe did he know what happened? Probably he was not in a rush
I think he knew what happened, but I think he thought it was so smooth that he's like, I'm good, dude.
No.
You don't think so?
Probably he didn't know. Maybe he was like, why should I? Maybe he was like, I'll be using this car. Why do they need me to go dispose of this car?
You think he needed that car that bad?
He was like, 2 days. This is someone who's planning to do other things with the car. To be like, okay, I can change this, I can do this to this, and then maybe use this car to do this, you get? He didn't know the plan.
I don't know.
I don't
think he knew that many details, but at the same time, if you're instructed to drop a van off after when it's like you've used it for robbery.
That's why I'm saying he didn't know that.
But he knew. He knew something. He's been working with these people.
But he's not such a significant person inside. He does
all right,
not
but
have
check this out. Say you're told, all right, we're going to use this vehicle. You don't know what's going to be transported, but we are transporting something here.
No, they wouldn't even tell him something is being transported.
Okay,
I think that's how it is.
Fine. So say this.
On such and such a day, come and take this car.
On such and such a day, you will take us here, and then we will leave.
He was not. He didn't take them.
No, but that van was still utilized. Remember?
It was used, but I think they gave him at a certain location.
We will leave, and then at that point, after that, you take it to the junkyard.
I think he was not part of the 6. He was the 7th, right?
Yes, I know.
He was waiting somewhere where the money was changed.
I know, but I'm saying
he was just told, come to this location.
He wasn't part of.
Pick this car.
Yeah, he wasn't part of where the money was changed.
That's why I'm thinking he didn't know.
But at the same time.
And that's why he was lax, and he was like,
No, but at the same time.
This car looks good. Maybe he looked at you and was like, this thing is in good condition.
No.
I can sell it.
At the same time. You know these people aren't good people.
Yeah, but he's not a smart person.
You've done jobs with them where they've done illegal stuff.
That's why he's not a smart person. That's why I'm calling him that. He's not a smart person.
Anyhow,
yeah.
the FBI picks this up because they knew, wait a second, Parnell, you work with
The mafia.
Burke.
Yeah.
You work with James Burke.
Yeah.
Right? That's someone we know works with him. So then they're like, we have to link this with these people.
Yeah.
Because, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, who's pulling this off other than these people?
Yeah.
And we caught this guy directly connected to it. It has to be these people,
Yeah.
right? So then the FBI is like, let's go full into this then.
Yeah.
You have a good hunch.
Yeah.
Let's follow your hunch.
Yeah.
Send out helicopters. Start bugging these people's vehicles.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're going to get this evidence by all means.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, we're serious. Even a lounge, like a lounge that they
But how
frequent.
much was it though? You're not talking about the money.
I know that.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Right?
Yeah.
They start like bugging all the phones in the lounge and everything. They're serious on this.
Yeah.
They even get a few bits of someone, of one of the associates. But it's not substantial enough to like get a search warrant for these people.
Yeah.
Right? But James Burke, he's like, man, I'm kind of getting paranoid.
Yeah.
Parnell was caught, right?
Yeah.
Well, he kind of led this on.
Yeah.
We had to kill him.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I'm not paranoid anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
These people are on to us. Like,
So he's like, I know this may come off wrong, but I need to kill people that I believe will put my name out there. I need to protect my name. Right? Because if my name gets out there, I'm the one who like set all this up.
yeah,
I'm about to be done.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what he started to do.
That's
He
what
started. He starts.
the ones that went in.
He starts assigning people to kill others that may tell on him.
Like the ones who actually did the job.
Not all of them. Not all the
Okay.
people who actually did the job. Just people who he believes had a bit of evidence, enough that they would be able to tell the FBI that hey, we think James Burke is behind this.
So even people who are not associated with
Who were not directly associated with that actual heist.
and he knew that they could snitch.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what he's like, all right, no, I'm paranoid.
Maybe
now.
he was somewhere out eating and talking to friends or people he considered close to him and said, oh, maybe I could rob this place. This is easy.
But actually, that wasn't that bad of an idea because, as much as the FBI was making those efforts to catch these people, they were only able to convict one person of that robbery in 1979. Warner was his last name, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was actually the guy who stole the first time.
For real.
Remember I told you there were two guys?
22,000.
They convicted that guy.
Why?
For the robbery.
I don't get it. Why?
That's what they were able to gather.
So what happened to this other robbery?
He was sentenced 15 years.
Why?
He was connected to it.
Why would...
But I think James Burke, his efforts of trying to eliminate people actually helped.
What?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So then, of course, he's not protecting these people that work in the
Yeah.
airport. You're not part of us. So,
Yeah.
so basically, I think one way or another, information was spilled
Yeah.
about these people doing it the first time.
Yeah.
But then somehow that was connected to the second event.
What did
Because
this
it's kind of
guy
like-
say? He
'cause
was
think
like,
about it
I
like this.
can't do this.
Think about it like this. Yeah, I'm sure. But think about it like this. The airport and the airline is like discussing what happened to that money, that 22,000. Remember we were talking about that? And then we have another robbery?
It's the first
Hold on
guy.
a second.
The first
Hold
one.
on a second. We have to investigate this
Yeah.
again.
I wouldn't be shocked if James was the one who was going in the neighborhood and saying, you know what,
So
the 20
so actually
22,000.
pass the word
Yeah.
on to that. I think that was probably the case.
Yeah.
They're like, have that guy be the fall guy.
Yeah. this and this happened.
Put it on the streets
Yeah.
that this person was the one that in fact carried out the first one,
Yeah.
and therefore is more evidence that he did the
Yeah.
second one.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah, if this first one was so smooth, like, yeah.
Right?
I think that's what happened. Like, word was passed around.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Until. Right? Remember the people, the hostages?
Yeah.
So Kerry Whalen, he was once, when he's being interviewed by the authorities, right? And he's shown archive photos and like photos of people that are connected to James Burke. And he's like, no, I seen this one guy here.
Because they didn't wear masks.
Because remember, Kerry was the one that was outside.
Yeah, they were
He's
not
like,
wearing a mask.
Hold on, all right, I'm not sure about these guys here,
but
I've seen this one.
Yeah.
I know I've seen him.
Yeah.
Right? And then remember, his name was Rudy. I believe Rudy was his first name. I believe it was the guy on the load ramp, or that heard the noise from the load ramp. Remember?
Yeah, but Rudy is not the thief, one of the thieves.
No.
Yeah.
It's a hostage.
Okay.
I believe I'm getting his name right.
No. That's another person, I think. Rudy is another person.
It started, Rudy.
Oh, that person was Rudy, the one who was outside. No.
Rudy wasn't the one that was on the load ramp, though, actually.
Yeah.
It was Rolf that was on the load ramp. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Rudy was the one that was, like...
inside somewhere.
Was the other person that was gathered.
Yeah.
That's right. But Rudy's, he also corresponds with the authorities. And he says that one guy in particular knew like a lot about how our systems work. Like he knew like how much like one vault door had to be shut before the other one could open. He kind of knew a lot about it. Like so much to the point where I'm like, how do you know
you have
this?
To like from the inside.
Yeah, like something like you just know too much, right? So that information is just making it like
there's someone in the inside.
There's more than just that person that was convicted. There's more to this story, right? So despite these two confessions, or not confessions, but like kind of like
statements.
these statements from these hostages, the FBI wasn't able to gather enough information still.
What about that person who was pointed out by the hostage? Did they try to find that person?
The one person that they just couldn't gather enough information about him.
But he was sure. He said, this person, I've seen him.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough to like bring this forth.
See, thought that if a witness points at someone, they're like, they have to like go and get that person and at least even ask that person questions. Like,
ask him questions, but what is he's not gonna like, oh yeah, I think, where was I at that night? Oh, I was doing this. Like, there's nothing you can't bring anything forth, right? Because even when they had helicopters and bugging, they still couldn't gather enough to even get a search warrant, right? And I know the person that was actually convicted is not going to talk. You're messing with the mob.
Of course.
So he's not saying anything, right?
Yeah.
But...
what if he was paid to shut up and just do the time, and when he comes out, there's money out for him?
Possibly. To round this all up, I hate to say it, but the cash, jewelry was never recovered.
How much was it in
We don't know. 72 pounds worth, we don't even know.
The airport must have had a number. They must have had a number, or maybe they just didn't want to disclose it because it could be like a lot. Like a lot.
We don't know.
How?
But there were several informants, right? People who were like willing to help basically take this down, or at least partake in some of this. Warner's girlfriend, right? And later became his future wife. She was trying to help testify against this, like against Warner's sentencing, basically.
Oh, the one who got the 15 years.
Yes. And another fellow who was a taxi dispatch company owner, he also was an informant. And the other fellow that worked with Warner to pull off the first heist, he also was an informant, right? He's like, no, we got to testify against. He testified for Warner, right? He's like, no, this isn't.
Like, oh, this guy, we did it.
He's like, yeah, I know. He's like, this isn't right.
Yeah, I
He
know.
did not
because
do
it was
this.
there.
He did not do this. He did the first one.
Yeah.
He didn't do the second one, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And you also had Henry. Remember Henry, kind of?
Henry was the book whatever.
Henry was the one that was talking with the bookmaker about this.
Yeah.
Right? He becomes convinced that former associates tried to kill him or are trying to kill him. Right? Because James Burke, remember James Burke? He's paranoid.
Yeah.
He's like,
I need to silence him.
Henry's thinking, he actually may try to kill me. Because, like, I know about it all.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if he's killing people that are around, he may actually try to kill me.
Yeah.
So let me actually just
be an informant.
So Henry ultimately joins a witness protection program, right, with this family to become an informant to help the FBI gain more evidence against James Burke.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that didn't work either. But James Burke was ultimately convicted for other crimes.
But not that.
As a result of the testimony that Hill gave.
Who's Hill?
Or Henry.
Oh, Henry gave.
His full name is Henry Hill.
Oh. How many years did he get?
Henry?
No.
Or James Burke?
Yeah.
So James Burke ultimately served. He actually ended up dying in prison. He died of cancer.
Oh, and the money. He didn't enjoy the money.
I'm sure he enjoyed a little bit of it, right? I mean,
I'm here asking if he enjoyed the money.
I know, look at you. Did he enjoy the money? but did he end up buying that boat? You know, like
I'm here like trying to see if actually it was all worth it or not.
So
how many years?
It looks like 1980.
He was arrested in 1980.
So he's arrested for parole violation.
In 1980.
By 1982, he's actually convicted for conspiracy and sentenced 12 years in prison. Right? But Henry's testimony results in a total of 50 convictions on James Burke.
Hey, Henry hated that guy. Henry was like, I
So
will
he was
snitch.
serving the 12 years already. Right? Just imagine that. James Burke's just like sitting there. He's like,
waiting for 12 years.
He's like, all right, you're right. I'm sentenced for 12 years, but I already know where my money's at.
Yeah.
So I'll be ready.
Yeah.
But then he's like, wait a second. Man, imagine he gets on a phone call, right? He's like, someone's telling him, did you know Henry, right? You remember Henry?
Yeah, he's snitching.
He's now snitching on everybody.
Ooh.
You know what he said about you?
Ay.
So then James Burke gets another 20 years.
32 now.
Yes.
He could not have enjoyed that money. How old was James when he got arrested? How old was he when he got arrested?
James Burke?
Yeah, when he got arrested. When was he born?
James Burke was born in 1931.
He was older. He was like old. He was like, that's why he could not do
He died when he was 64.
That's why he could not do the...
He was definitely a more mature member in this. He was a veteran in organized crime, basically.
He was the big boss, right?
Not the big boss, but he was like, you kind of look at him as like a manager, like over a particular...
He died when he was 60?
64. He died in 1996.
1996, he was 64.
Yep.
Born in 1930 something. Ooh. That would have been the time that he comes out if he was serving the 12 years. If he was serving the 12 years alone, he could have been coming out around that time to use the money.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure the money went back to the organization to fund the organization.
Yes.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah, for sure.
And if he had a family, the family enjoyed the money more than, because, he died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the mafia, the mob was like, we'll take care of your family. Don't worry about it.
I'm sure they
Don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and take care of your family. You don't have to worry about a thing. Your family will be taken care of, all right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about a thing.
Don't worry about a
James,
thing.
you've done a great job. I appreciate you.
Thank you for your service.
We love you so much. Sit back. We'll make sure your family's nice and comfortable.
Your children and your children's children.
So James Burke dies of cancer in prison at 64. And that is
the end.
the heist
It
of
was a smooth
Lufthansa.
one. No one else was caught. The 6 were not caught.
It was very smooth.
And imagine this, none of the 6 was caught, but the big boss was caught, the one who organized it.
Yep. But he was basically, so he was convicted for an additional 20 years
For other
because
things.
Henry basically gave out so much information on James Burke that they connected that to James Burke killing a drug dealer named Richard. So that basically furthered his sentence.
Ooh, but he was not connected to the heist. That
Not
was a
not
smooth
enough.
one.
Yeah, I know. It was so smooth that
that was a
they didn't have enough.
I bet he was not even anxious about this whole thing when it was happening. He was just seated
because he was
no. While it was happening, he seemed like he was just sitting somewhere, just relaxing, waiting. It's 2 hours. Like, when are they coming back? Kind of thing. Yeah, I think he was not anxious.
Yeah, because he started when he was paranoid. He starts killing a lot of people. Like, if I'm reading this correctly, remember the bookmaker that told them? He kills that guy.
Oh, yeah, but he was the one who gave him the idea.
That's why he had to kill him.
Surely, see, he should have been paid instead of getting killed.
All right, let's count this. He kills Parnell, the guy that was assigned
the car.
for the van. He kills Martin, the bookmaker. He kills Richard, who's the drug dealer. That's basically what caused him to further his sentence, right? He kills this other guy named Tom. He kills another guy named Louis, Joanna, Joe, Robert McMahon, Paulo. Those are the people he killed.
9 people.
Right.
9. But it was only added, the 20 years was added for one person, the drug dealer.
Yes.
But how did Henry know all this information and how?
Because he's so close he was part of the mob. Henry was involved in this.
Is Henry still alive?
How about this? We'll watch a film about this.
Oh, there's a film about this.
There was a film called Goodfellas.
Okay.
That I'm sure people listening will know about. Because it's a very famous film.
Okay, alright, let's watch it.
But that is the heist story that I wanted to tell you.
They depict all this.
They showed part of this because the film's more than just this. But this is part of it.
Oh, okay. That would be interesting. I want to see it.
All right.
This one was a good one. I loved it. I liked it. What do you have next? Now this one you're choosing. This one I'm not choosing.
What?
This one, I'm not even giving you anything.
What?
Surprise me.
No, just choose a genre and I'll deliver.
No, surprise me. Surprise us. Make it good.
Fine.
That's not hard.
Alright, fine. Fair enough. I will surprise everyone. I will do my best.
I will appreciate it.
Until then.
Yeah. Until next time.